The trial of the 4 police officers accused of fatally shooting Mthokozisi Ntumba during the Fees Must Fall protest in March last year will resume in the High Court in Johannesburg this morning. The officers are facing 4 charges, including one of murder. 35-year-old Ntumba was killed allegedly by the police, who opened fire on a group of students outside a TVET college in Braamfontein in Johannesburg. The police officer who attended to the crime scene, Colonel Jacob Beeslaar, is still under cross-examination. For more on the story, let's cross live now to senior SABC reporter Chriselda Lewis. You've been at this story for the entire week now. Just bring us up to speed.
Desiree, a very good morning to you indeed. That cross-examination will continue at 10 o'clock here at the Johannesburg High Court. And yesterday, the colonel basically indicated he had gone to the scene after hearing on the police radio that someone had been shot, exactly where Mthokozisi Ntumba had been shot and killed. He had gone to the scene as well. He spoke at length about the video footage that they managed to source as police from the clinic where Mthokozisi Ntumba had just consulted. Remember, Mthokozisi Ntumba had been coming from a consultation at the clinic within that vicinity where he was shot dead, and the video footage there had been made available to police. He says upon viewing that video footage, he saw a police nyala, very much to the footage that the SABC also has in its possession. That police nyala arriving there, police coming out from that police nyala and shooting at the people who were standing on the pavement. Recall on that day there'd been quite a number of students in that particular area due to that ongoing protest. He spoke at length as well, Colonel Beeslaar, about what legislation guides police in terms of how to handle themselves in a situation where there is protest action, what information they'd receive from their superiors, in fact the police officers who had responded to that scene, what their conduct was supposed to be in a situation where there had been protest action. So he spoke at length about the video footage, about a few seconds where the video footage itself had come to a halt, but indicated, very much corroborating what the IPID investigator had said about the police nyala leaving. Remember, the IPID investigator who had been on the stand had indicated that what she had seen after viewing that footage was that the police nyala had arrived after Mthokozisi Ntumba had been seen lying on the floor. He had basically, the police nyala had driven off. So that is also corroborated by the colonel, who says also on that footage that's what he had seen. He also said that that footage had also shown someone lying on the floor, who we know now is Mthokozisi Ntumba, lying on the floor and also holding his chest. So at this particular point, after this particular cross-examination, we're expecting another police officer to take the stand, who was also at the scene on the day of the fateful shooting.
Chriselda, just give us a sense of the demeanor of the accused throughout this process.
Well, Desiree, of course, you'd know that they've pleaded not guilty. That means they believe they've done nothing wrong. They believe that their conduct on that particular day was in line with the manner in which police were supposed to conduct themselves in that kind of setting. So we're not expecting that to change. They've pleaded not guilty. And in this instance, what then the state would need to prove is that the manner in which these police officers had conducted themselves on that particular day was not in line with the kind of training that police officers would receive. That is one of the aspects that also came out in this proceedings. The colonel currently on the stand asked quite extensively about the kind of training that police officers would undergo before being deployed to certain situations. So what is quite clear is that there is no police officer who would be deployed to a setting such as a protest action if they've not been trained on how to deal with a situation where there is violence that may erupt. So the essential demeanor is that of the accused, who believe that they had followed the necessary procedure. on the day that Mthokozisi Ntumba had been shot dead. And a few members of the family in and out of court over the past week. The general sense from them is that they want justice to prevail in this particular manner. They believe that someone should be held responsible for the shooting and killing of their loved one.
And just in terms of proceedings, what time do you expect them to start today?
At 10 o'clock this morning, Desiree, we're expecting proceedings to get underway.
I hope to catch up with you then. Chriselda Lewis, thank you so much for setting the scene for us in terms of that trial that's been ongoing for the whole since the beginning of the week.